The Carolina Panthers and Ted McMillan squaring off against Travis Hunter and the Jacksonville Jaguars there in Duval County. Holy cow, we get to start off with a great matchup. These are two teams that are putting a lot of energy into the 2025 season. We saw evidence of that. The Carolina Panthers decided we're going to go get a couple of edge players. We took Nick Scourton, Princely McMillan, two very good players on the defensive side of the ball on those day two picks. And then, of course, we all know about Ted McMillan. They are expecting those guys to be factors right away. Week one against the Jacksonville Jaguars for them to have impacts on the other side of the ball. Travis Hunter, we get to see the first game of his NFL career. Of course, it wasn't his first game in college when we got to see him play against TCU. A lot of you watching remember that game very well. There's got to be people that are Jaguar fans, that are Colorado fans, that are just Travis Hunter fans in general, but we know that he just made Jaguar football a whole lot more entertaining every time this kid steps on the ball. First of all, he's on the field, offense and defense. That's what the strategy is. They're going to be implementing that. He's going to be going both ways. Just think about that for a second. You go out there, you have a drive, 13 plays, ends up in a field goal. Immediately there's kickoff, and then you're playing corner. We're not talking about a position like you could sort of get in the wash on a safety. Not saying that you're not being physical, coming down and cracking somebody, but corner, you are running as fast as you can to cover somebody every play. At wide receiver, you're running your routes hard. You're going to hit somebody to block. It's a position where you need to be in such great shape. We just haven't seen it. That's why I'm still skeptical. I'm sure many of those out there watching are like, can he actually do this? We might not know until about late November if he can actually make it and look easy or have a lot of success the way he did at Colorado, being the Biletnikoff Award winner, best wide receiver in football, as well as the Thorpe being a finalist, right, or being close to winning that trophy. So the Jacksonville Jaguars didn't go with the Mason Cram route. They traded away future capital, the second round pick to take that guy. And then if you're the Carolina Panthers, you're like, this is year 3 for Bryce Young. This is where you find out if Bryce Young is your quarterback of the future, whether or not he is your franchise guy, whether you pay him 50 plus, 55, 60, whatever that number is, millions of dollars a year to lead your team to take them back to the Super Bowl the way Cam Newton did. For Bryce Young, it is your chance. This is the type of game you go out there and you play with passion, with energy. You're playing against a team that you can be. I know that they have Josh Hines-Allen. Understand that they have the former number 1 overall pick in Travon Walker, but this is without a doubt an extremely winnable game for Carolina. If I had to tell you a lean to start, I would say the Carolina Panthers. I have them winning this game 24-17. Very well impressed that they decided, besides that Ted McMillan pick where he's going to be great in the red zone, let's mention the name Xavier Legette for the first time. He's the type of player that can take over a game and be explosive. We're going to see a lot more of him. He's going to be a lot better known around the National Football League next year because he will be a factor. Bryce Young's confidence, you could really feel it peaking and getting there to that level where he was playing at an extremely high level of football, almost with that comeback, with that win against the Philadelphia Eagles. That would have been wild. But right, like they bring in Lathan Ransom, a national champion, right back there with Jordan Hancock and Caleb Downs for the national champion Ohio State Buckeyes. Lathan Ransom, if you haven't seen Rose Bowl highlights, if you didn't see highlights against Tennessee or throughout that Buckeye, holy cow, this guy will come down. He won't just hit you. He'll take your head off. Lathan Ransom, one of the more physical players in college football last couple of years. No doubt contact guy. He'll come down and you will be stopped. There's no doubt about that. The weaknesses of both of these teams, obviously, you might be sitting Jacksonville running the football, or for Carolina, I understand that Chuba Hubbard isn't the sexiest style player, but he is extremely underrated. One of my more underrated players. He's been pretty good for them, and this is an opportunity for both teams where it's extremely winnable. For Jacksonville, you're like, this game's at home. Trevor Lawrence has a chance to get that rhythm against a Carolina team that is still very inexperienced in a number of places. They go out and they pay, of course, J.C. Horn make him very well paid. But Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter on opposite sides, that is an offense that could be dynamic. That could be a top 5 duo in the NFL. No one is saying that it can't. As of right now, it might be sitting there at number 23 as far as duos go. But this could be in the top 10 by October if these guys are as explosive and Trevor Lawrence is able to distribute the football to an ability that he can. We saw him do it at Clemson. We saw him do it times throughout his NFL career where that mobility is like, well, he looks faster than we think he can be outside the pocket and extended plays. Can he do that in this game against Carolina? Don't think so much. Really do have a lot of faith that Bryce Young can play well, that Carolina defense comes out to play, and that Trevor Lawrence might not have the best of games week 1, that there might be some mistakes on both sides. Expecting it to be somewhat sloppy. Offensively, defensively, blown coverages, drop passes, mishandlings of the snap, guys not getting into their cadence well enough and establishing a rhythm on offense. This is what you usually see in the first bit or throughout the month of September. The Patriots, the Chiefs have been known to actually have struggled a whole lot. Some of the dynasties or better teams in football that have been great for them to struggle. We know other teams are going to have that. But Trevor Lawrence, I mean, this is a year so many people are having a lot of very poor things to say about him, and the time is now. You've got that weapon. They invested that capital. Travis Hunter is shouted to be that guy. I don't doubt that he can. Again, skeptical of whether he could be a Pro Bowler on both sides of the ball. Of course, you're not just going to give this guy a gold jacket as soon as he steps on the field. You have to go out there and see him do it. But it's go time, Trevor. It is. This is the year you go out there and do it. I mean, the Houston Texans are good, but they're just going to continue to improve. The Colts, what do they have at quarterback? Like, we just don't really know what the Colts are at quarterback. You can get 2 wins against them. Wouldn't really be all that shocked. Tennessee, they got a rookie quarterback. That always means that's a rebuild team. Brian Callahan. I mean, there's 4 very winnable games, and then if you split the Texans, could be a 4-2 team in that conference, and then the rest of the way, all you got to do is go 7-6, and then you could be 9-8 sitting there, position maybe to make the playoffs. If you go 4-2, then all you have to do is go 6-5 to be a potential playoff team, just because of the easy games against the division. But yep, Panthers 24-17. That's what I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of this week 1 matchup. Thank you so much for watching. Holy cow, football is back. Let's go, baby. Fired up. Maybe we're talking a little bit fast, but you can see we're excited for it. Make sure to subscribe for more content in the future. Man, Travis Hunter, holy cow. First career game. That's incredible. But make sure to subscribe for more content in the future. College, NFL, previews, predictions, recaps, live streams, all of that and more. I'll see you for more content in the future with Blitz with Blender. Thank you. Best player in college football. That Georgia and Ohio State game, New Year's Eve, is going to be a classic.
Josh Blender. Hi, everybody. I'm Josh Blender. To the 40, 35, 30. Espinosa to the 20.